Hi everyone, this is Thomas Hopp from the product management team here at Qlik, and today we talk about an improved user experience for the already existing feature that's the performance evaluation for Qlik App developers, right? So this feature really is for app developers to guarantee and to basically, when they publish an app, for their consumers to use those apps to make sure that the experience for them is always as best as possible, right? So that's what I'm going to show you here in this demo. So let's have a look into one slide, and then we have a look into a demo here as usual afterwards. So what is it that we are doing here as a quick summary? So in this improved user experience, or the focus here was to deliver a better status measures within the overview, right? So this is like what you can see here, in queue, running, ready to be reviewed, and even when there's a failed to evaluate example, we're going to notify people right away with a better and easier to understand messaging here as a status on the evaluation itself. And then the second piece that I'm going to focus here before I'm going into the demo is that we are separating, and we have sections here in the improved user experience that gives you a better idea of what is actually going wrong. Is this like a warning? Is it something that's not evaluated, or is it even a critical error? And that's a status that you can see it immediately when you open up the status and the details of the evaluation itself. And that's a better, separation of those as it was there before. So that's why we improved that. So let's have a quick look into the demo here then as a next step. So what I've prepared here is a few apps, and we're going to have a look into two. So the first one I'm going to look at is the evaluator that has no sheet. So that gives me a warning here. So when I go to the details page, so I can see the performance evaluations I already did here before. So I have the one that I can open up here at the top. So I open this one, and it gives me a warning, and that's expected because there are no public objects. So none of the sheets have been made public. So that's what the sign is here for the app developer to say, okay, I need to make those sheets public here before I can evaluate, to kind of understand what actually gets delivered is what I want to evaluate, and that's the kind of immediate message here to the app developer out of this view. So it's separated here in the warning, and you can easily see this right away. So that's the first thing. If I go back to my overview here, when I see the other apps, so when I use the memory limit example app, maybe once again, so if you want to run a new one, you can run this here from this kind of context when you're saying evaluate performance. That triggers a new evaluation. And when you go to details, and in your performance evaluation, you see the history of those, and I can open up the first one here. It's ready to be reviewed as well. And there's an information because there's something that's not evaluated. So I can see a chart here, like an object that has not been evaluated because it's an extension, and that's not supported here at that point in time, right? So that's what the message here is. And in this case, even more important, on the details page under results, there are some warnings here. And then the one that I'm going to focus on is here, the 2 objects exceeded memory limit. So this tells me as an app developer, hey, there are 2 objects in my app which are not possible to be calculated. So I can either go straight here to those tabs, I can open it, I can jump straight to the sheet, I can change those objects to make sure that can get calculated, so by maybe changing the measures, by loading less data into it. Or another option here would be that just tells me, hey, I need maybe large app support as another kind of thing here to support this amount of data in this case, right? So this is just an information here for the app developer to take an action based on that warning that we are sending them at this point. And they can even download the detailed results here. That gives you even options about how long it takes to open the app. So there's even more embedded in that one. In this case, concludes the demo of what we are shipping here as an improvement. Hopefully that was useful, and thanks for listening. Bye for now.